welcome to FanPark Live. Liverpool, they've just beaten their B team basically in Southampton. A very comfortable, simplistic performance from Jurgen Klopp and his men ahead of what is obviously a busy week with the Champions League knockout stages beginning. We want to hear your views, your opinions on that game. You can call us on 0203 606 0315. We will of course be reviewing the game, both in terms of what we saw, how we thought and feel, but the statistics as well. We will be doing that with the One Football app. You can download that yourself, from the description below, so go check that out. We'll be using the app throughout the course of this review. But from my point of view, one thing I noticed again, and Joe, we'll get the stats straight up actually. We'll get the One Football app straight up on the screen. And I've spoke about this with Liverpool of late in terms of how you beat them, whether it's away or whether it's at home. The one way you beat them is by letting them have the ball. However, if we look at what's going on here, if we look at these statistics, 47% of the ball. I have gone through the last 18 months or so of Liverpool's football, and barring a game where there is a catastrophic mistake or there's red cards, or they lose a man as an example, when Liverpool have less than 55% of the ball, and in nearly every case less than 50%, they win the game. When teams show belief like Southampton did today, where they open up and they attack Liverpool, leaving chasms of space in behind, Liverpool beat you. They are genius at doing that. So the one thing that staggered me through watching the course of this game was the fact that Southampton tried so hard to score, they were so open, and they tried to have so much of the ball. That's simply not how you beat this Liverpool football side. However, we have to sit there and congratulate. You look at this Liverpool team today, Mohamed Salah being the standout individual again, scoring yet another goal. Just phenomenal. When teams play into their hands, when teams are a little bit expansive, when they show belief, when they open up, there is no better team in the Premier League than Liverpool when it comes to exploiting that. There simply isn't. On top of that, Liverpool did the one thing today that they're often accused of not doing, and this is my biggest criticism of Jurgen Klopp. Remember, 45 points dropped from winning positions, more than any other manager in professional football since he's been in charge of Liverpool. He doesn't keep his shape, doesn't make the substitutions to nullify games early enough. But today Jurgen Klopp did that. He did it to wonderful effect. It was absolutely phenomenal. So Liverpool fans, I want to hear from you. Southampton fans or neutrals, anyone else out there, want to hear from you, want your views and your opinions on this game. Comfortable performance. We still got the One Football app up on the screen? No? We can get the One Football back up on the screen again, because I want to check the league tables out before we take these calls in from you all as well. But we look at Liverpool now up to third. Liverpool now up to third in the league. 54 points, just 2 points behind Manchester United in second. Actually, is this after 27 games? I'd love a Liverpool fan to come on and tell me, is this the best position they've ever been in terms of points after that amount of games? I'd love to know. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
It's Mohammed.
Hello, Mohammed. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm very well. You a Liverpool fan?
Yeah. I'm very delighted with that performance. The game management at the end was very good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I just touched on that. The game management. As a Liverpool fan, sorry, my phone just rang. As a Liverpool fan, you've clearly seen your team throw away 12 points from winning positions this season. Game management from Jurgen Klopp can be poor. What did he do differently today to ensure that you kept that 2-goal lead, you slowed the pace of the game down and got all 3 points? What did Klopp do differently?
I think he the timing of the substitutions, because normally he'll bring them on around the 80th minute, 75th minute. I think when he brought on Milner for who was it? Who did he bring it? I think it was for Salah. Yeah, he brought on. Yeah, I think that put an extra man in the midfield, which gave more protection to Virgil van Dijk and Matip.
Yeah, I mean, well, what he did, he brought on James Milner for Oxlade-Chamberlain, which helped slow. Which again, Oxlade-Chamberlain was having a decent game, but it brought a man in midfield that's a little bit more disciplined, a little bit longer in the tooth from a defensive point of view. Lallana for Firmino happened. I think that's more of a resting situation. And then again, for when the last minute, Mohamed Salah gets to come off and sit down. You know, I don't think that made a great deal of difference with 1 minute to go. But it was much better game management from Jurgen Klopp. Southampton, of course, you know, opened the game with a catastrophic mistake, which let your team in, and Firmino put away a very well worked goal. But do you want to see more of this from Jurgen Klopp? Where yes, it's great to go on to score 5 or 6 goals in some games.
Yeah.
But with that gun-ho approach, as we said earlier, 45 points dropped from winning positions as a Liverpool manager. Would you like to see more games like this where he's 1-2-0 up and he shuts the game down, parks the bus a little bit more, and just nullifies the game?
But Southampton did play into our hands, I thought, because a bit like Spurs did the other last week, where they should have sat back more, absorbed the pressure and counted us, which they didn't do, and it worked in our favour.
Oh, look, this is very true, as I say. I mean, I've looked at so many games of Liverpool's, watching it and then done the sort of tactical and statistical analysis afterwards, and games where Liverpool have more than 60% of the ball, so you sit back and you're absorbing pressure, basically, they have drawn and lost somewhere in the region of about 98% of those games, drawn or lost them. So I always find it staggering, and that's against the bigger and the smaller sides. So I find it staggering when teams try to go at Liverpool and try to attack them and show, you know, the commentators call it belief. I find it stupendously ignorant to the fact that nobody outside of Man City this season, but then you were down to 10 men, has beaten Liverpool playing that way.
Yeah.
But listen, really appreciate your call. Really appreciate you coming on, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, another call straight away. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hi, it's Paddy, mate.
Hello, Paddy. You watched the game? Well, you obviously watched the game. Liverpool jumping into 3rd place. How good were Jurgen Klopp and his men today?
Yeah, they were great. They showed solidarity at the back, fine-tuning the defence a bit more. They're showing signs of progress, but it's only Southampton and they're not doing great in the league, so I suppose take what you want from it.
Yeah, look, I think from Liverpool's point of view, I think the most encouraging point of today's result, if I was a Liverpool fan, would be the fact that we won the game, got 3 points, but we were able to take our foot off the gas. We were able to take off some of our first team players and get them ready for Wednesday, where they play in the Champions League. I think it's Wednesday in the Champions League knockouts. And it's important now, because another area of criticism Klopp gets is that due to game management and the style of play he has, his squads can burn out. And some Liverpool fans have spoke about burnout at the club. Players can look tired after 60, 70 minutes. So I think that what we saw great today from Liverpool was their ability to slow the gameplay down, reserve energy, and hopefully, from their point of view, that will pay dividends come Wednesday night.
Yeah, for sure. I think Klopp got it right today, and definitely I've seen in the comments someone saying Virgil van Dijk man of the match. It must have been hard for him today to play against his former club, especially at the Mary Stadium, or what you want to call it.
Yeah,
it must have been very hard for him today, but he didn't look phased, and I mean he did the job well.
Absolutely. Paddy, really appreciate your call, mate. We'll speak to you again soon.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Take
care. Great viewpoints there. Going to do some of the comments on the Football Banter Show. I know a lot of Liverpool fans there. Salmon 966 says, classy performance, you'll never walk alone, and then goes on to say, let's rip Man United, with lots of laughing figures afterwards. Man United are still above you in the league, I would add. 2 points behind them. Oh well, Mario is very angry about Manchester United. 2 points behind them now. This is true. You are 2 points behind Manchester United, and it's been a decent season for yourselves. It really, really has. If you are watching on the Football Banter Show, though, remember you can give us a call. We're watching from anywhere on 0203 606 0315. We're going to check out some of the comments over on the Ultimate Football fan page as well, our parent page that holds together the UFF and FanPark Live and all that mumbo jumbo. Here we go. What are people saying on here? Big up my guy Mohammed is what SJC has to say. Not really a lot of comments on there. Good win, but we looked really poor today. Okay, I'm going to ask Liverpool fans this question. If you think you look poor today, is that because you weren't gun-ho for 90 minutes and actually after about 55, 60 minutes you took your foot off the gas? Because internally within football, that's considered great game management, reserves energy, stops injuries, shuts games down, ensures you don't lose leads. If you carried on playing at full pelt for that remaining 30 minutes, you may have conceded a goal on the break. You may have exerted energy that doesn't need to be used at this moment in time. Surely that, and this is why I have this argument about attractive football being more important than winning games, thus winning trophies. I actually think that the enjoyment you see from that attacking style of play, which I actually think stems partly from the media, but also partly from the way people play computer games. Like all-out attack and just keep going forward. Nobody ever tries to manage a game out and slow things down. I think this has crept into the way, especially a younger generation of football fans look at what should happen on a football pitch. So I can't agree at all with the fact that you're saying that Liverpool played poorly today. I thought this is probably one of the best performances I've seen from a Liverpool team ever under Jurgen Klopp. Not because they beat the best team, not because it was Boschwackeling. Is that the word? Boschwackeling football? Yes. From the get-go, but actually they got in the lead and then they managed the game out. Perfect football. It really, really was. I think we've got another caller waiting to potentially come through. If not, no. Oh, we haven't. Okay, cool. We'll keep cracking on with the comments coming through here. Blue Tick Gaming here says Virgil van Dijk should be captain. He controlled the defence. Oh, Advenco, who always comments on my channels over here, says Liverpool should be level with Man United if it wasn't for the Spurs robbery. Get over it, mate. Get over it. You didn't beat them. It was a fair result. These things happen. Get over it. Mourinho doesn't play attractive football and he isn't going to win anything this season, is what one Liverpool fan has to say. Alright, cool. Put him through. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens on that. I've got a call coming through. We'll talk about that in a second. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hi, it's Dave again.
Oh, it's the football manager guy.
Yes, it is. Yes, sorry. I just wanted to explain something to you, actually.
So
because he didn't seem to understand me.
No, I did understand you. You said you played football manager, and that's how you know more about managing than Jose.
I do. The problem with Manchester United is why they didn't shoot just outside the D box. Why did you have to go for the penalty box then take our chance? This is the point that it got me so frustrated. And this is the point that if we shot outside the D box, we could have at least got a goal.
So we need to start. So look, we are here to talk about Liverpool, Southampton. However, Man United have scored goals from outside the box with Jose Mourinho as manager. I don't believe for a second that he instructs his team to never shoot from outside the box and only shoot inside the box. I don't know where you've got this from. Can you give me some... What's the breakdown percentage of shots from inside the box to outside the box? Can you tell me?
Well, outside the box, the percentage rate for it is the keeper can save the ball.
No. Tell me how many shots Man United have outside the box compared to inside the box. If you've studied this, you're making a point on it. I would expect you to have the in-depth knowledge to explain the percentage breakdown to me. Could you tell me, please?
I'll say about 60%, 60 to 70%.
Really?
Yeah, I'll say about 60 to 70%. I'll say that. During Jose time from it could be 80%. I don't know, but I'll go up to 80%. But the point of the day, he was keep going through the box. He passed the ball, and the ball got cleared. Why he didn't shoot outside there?
Just so you know, in the game against Huddersfield, Man United had 9 shots inside the box and 7 outside. So you are wrong. Take care. Sorry, I had to speak to that guy. I mean, I don't know what he's talking about. We're not even here to talk about Man United, but there we go. Yeah, I did get him off, but I had to do it. Let's just comment here, say, commentary, stop being biased. What am I being biased about? I'm sitting here as a Man United fan, praising Liverpool's performance, saying that it was one of the best performances I've seen from them. Brilliant in the first half, took their goals well, managed the game out properly, shut it down. If Jurgen Klopp did this on a more regular basis, he wouldn't have dropped 45 points from winning positions. However, the second half wasn't as attractive, and that's my whole point on this attractive football nonsense. The only way no team plays purely attractive football for 90 minutes and wins trophies. When Barcelona are at their best, okay, under Pep Guardiola, when they were winning trophies, go back and watch those games again. Yes, they attacked and they were flamboyant, but they would have moments in the game where their back line just passed the ball amongst themselves for 10-15 minutes to nullify it and to slow it down, to reserve energy when they were 2 or 3-0 up. They weren't gun-ho every single minute, committing everybody forward. Pep doesn't do that now at Manchester City. The game management is key. If you can't see that, you're the biased one. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Jamie.
Who?
Jamie.
Jamie, how you doing, Jamie? What team do you support?
Liverpool.
You're Liverpool. How impressed were you today with Jurgen Klopp and your boys?
Yeah, I think the game management was great. I think the reason Klopp that didn't do the pressing attacking for a long period of time today is because we've got Champions League midweek and it might have hurt us.
Totally agree. I think I'm very critical of Jurgen Klopp because I think that his attacking style of football is genius. The problem is that he doesn't manage his games properly. He'll either keep attacking too much, concede goals, he'll exhaust his players and they'll leak late goals. Why he's lost so many points from winning positions. Would you prefer to see more games like... So let's take you back to your game against Seville when you're 3-0 up. If you guys would have slowed that game down, made the right substitutions early enough, you probably would have walked away with all 3 points. And of course, that hasn't impacted your Champions League futures. But would you prefer to see more of this from Jurgen Klopp, to reserve energy, to see games out properly, to not concede those late goals, and to really give you an opportunity of winning major trophies at Liverpool again?
Yeah, I wouldn't take Seville as an example though, because when we versed them, nobody beat them in 19 games at home. There was really on good form at home, and I think we just got really lucky to get 3 goals ahead. But yeah, I'd love some better game management and Van Dijk to settle the back.
Yeah, I mean, Van Dijk today, excellent. I mean, there's always going to be scrutiny of the world's most expensive defender. And I think Liverpool fans have got to learn to accept that and take it as par of the course. When you spend that much money on a centre-back, he can't have a bad game without there being scrutiny. And of course he can have a bad game. He's a human being, but there'll always be scrutiny. Paul Pogba gets it at Manchester United. City get it with a number of their players. If one of their sort of £50 million plus stars doesn't play well, they get scrutiny for it. What stood out for you today in terms of Van Dijk's performance? What was so great about what he did today for you?
He was just winning all the first balls, second balls. The only thing I don't like about Klopp and Van Dijk is not giving him a good partnership. Like, one game he's playing Lovren, next game he's played Matip. It's like, surely it needs to get a good partnership with 2 people playing the same games and all the time.
No, I understand it. I think he's got to... I think another centre-back might come in the summer, and he also needs to test Jurgen Klopp, who works best with Van Dijk. And training's one thing, but you need to see how people perform and play together, I think, week in and week out. And it might take a little bit of time to work out his best defensive lineup, including him. But really appreciate your call as ever, mate. Thank you.
One more
go on.
Before you go, as a Man U fan, what do you think about Salah? Would you take him if you had the chance?
Of course, the geezer's world class.
Do you think he's going to go to Real Madrid or Barcelona?
Oh, it's a look. I don't want to see. I was unhappy to see Coutinho leave the Premier League. I think that if Liverpool are stronger and if all the top Premier League teams keep their best players, it makes it easier for the rest of us to attract big players, because everyone wants to play in the league with the best players in it. So I wouldn't want to see that happen. Is there a possibility that Real Madrid or Barcelona could come in for him? Absolutely. How old is Salah?
Yeah, Real Madrid is circling quite hard. And if we don't win anything in the next year, I reckon...
How old is he? How old is Salah?
I'm not too sure.
Someone in the comments will probably put it in. He doesn't look much older than his mid-20s. Of course, there's a possibility a juggernaut club could come in for him. And this is the thing, Spurs are facing the same situation there. World-class players within their team, tearing it up in the Premier League. They will want to win silverware. And when a big club, and that would be disappointing for Liverpool to lose Coutinho and then maybe 12 months, 18 months later to lose Salah. But if I be honest with you, if I think he's quality, but if I was a buying club, I would probably wait to see how he does next season in the Premier League. If he replicates it,
for a year.
Yeah, and I think I would honestly sit there if I was at Real Madrid. I'd go, right, let's see what he does in his second season. Not that I think he's poor. Not that I think he'll flop. I think he'll have a great second season. But let's just be doubly sure that this player is what we think he is before. Because right now, how much is Salah going to cost you? He's easily going to cost you £180 million. So I think they need to be sure before they do it. But yeah, the geezer is absolutely top class, no doubt about it.
I know a lot of fans thinking he's going to drop off in the second year, but you don't just score like 30 goals in one season and then you score 5 goals in the next season.
No, I don't think there'll be a drop-off like that, no. I mean, interesting here, one Liverpool fan says, we won't sell Salah. Are you confident that your club won't sell another player, really?
I'm not confident that our club won't sell Salah. I think he'll want to stay for another year, but then if a 200 mil bid coming from then FSG might sell him.
Absolutely. Mate, really appreciate your call. Thank you.
Thank you for the call.
Cheers. Another comment here saying, so you criticise Klopp for his game management, but apparently Mourinho is brilliant. I guess that's why they won against Newcastle. Oh, wait. Well, again, these are the lies that people place out there on air about me, and I take time to focus on this because I criticise Jose. In the last 2 weeks, I've done 3 or 4 videos. I've been very critical of his starting lineups that he's picked, formations that he's gone with. I've criticised him today on the air about playing Pogba when he was injured. I've criticised him about needing to get more fight into the Manchester United team. The difference is, and I'll put this out there now for everyone to hear, the reason I've called for Liverpool to sack Jurgen Klopp is because what he did today is what I've been calling for him to do. Game management, seeing games out, defending properly, being solid at the back and resolute in defence when winning a game. The fact that he's dropped 12 points from winning positions this season, the fact that he's dropped 45 points from winning positions in his career at Liverpool, has led me to believe that he won't bring Liverpool to win a major trophy, Premier League or Champions League. I don't believe he will. Unless, and I've said this in every video, unless he changes his way and plays more like today when he's in winning positions in games. If he does that and he changes, then he will win things. If you play like this in 80% of your games that you're winning, 90% of your games you're winning, Liverpool will win the Premier League with Jurgen Klopp. They could even win the Champions League because the way he gets your team to attack is genius. That's what I've only ever said. However, when a man comes out and says you could write everything there is you need to know about defending on 2 pages of a book, it makes me feel like he's not going to play like this all the time. I'm just, maybe, like I said, maybe I've just got more ambition for Liverpool than some Liverpool fans. Sometimes how I feel. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name's Callum.
Hello, Callum. How are you?
I'm alright, mate.
Good, good. What are your thoughts on Liverpool's performance today?
I think that they're a very good team, actually. I think that their attack is frightening to opposition teams. I think that the defending's okay, but it can be fixed, obviously. And I think that's the reason they can't win things is because of the defence. But I think if they improve that, then they're definitely a title contending side next season.
Absolutely, and my analogy of Liverpool has always been this under Jurgen Klopp: world-class champion, like Premier League winning attack, relegation defence, and if he can address that, then Liverpool are genuine contenders. Because I actually prefer to watch Liverpool attacking to Man City. I think it's better. And interestingly, today you look at the less than half the ball. They win another game with less than half the ball. This is correct. Like honestly, if Barcelona or Real Madrid, Bayern, PSG, if they come up against Liverpool in the Champions League and they attack them full pelt and dominate the ball, they're idiots because they will lose. This Liverpool team will beat anyone that attacks them. They have the best. They have the best knockout punch in football. They sincerely do. And I think any Man United fan or anybody that denies that fact, I think they're just a little bit bitter regarding how good this Liverpool team are. The problem is just, and we've had 4 Liverpool callers come on and confirm this. It's that game management. It's seeing it through. It's knowing when to attack and when not to that lets them down. Mohamed Salah. A lot of people are calling for him to win Premier League Player of the Year. How good do you think he's been?
I think behind Kevin De Bruyne, he's probably the best player on form in the Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, would you consider him to be world class?
If he can do it consistently season through season, then yeah, definitely.
I get that. And obviously a few Liverpool fans are concerned that he could be off to a bigger club this summer, next summer at some point. Do you think, if you're looking at it from a Liverpool fan's point of view, would you be worried that Real Madrid might come in with a £200 million bid for him? Is he that good?
I'd probably worry more about Barcelona than Madrid, to be honest, because they seem to take Liverpool's best players like Suarez and Coutinho. So.
Yeah, I get that. But it must be the same in reverse for Southampton. Every time Southampton have a player performing well, they must think, God, Liverpool are going to come and take them soon.
Yeah, it's a bit like a food chain, like Southampton, Liverpool, Barcelona.
Absolutely. Mate, really do appreciate your call. Thank you.
Yeah, mate.
Take care. Excellent viewpoints coming through. Going to do a few more comments here. A lot of you are arguing with each other in the comments, so I'm not going to read any of those out. Sorry, but he hasn't won a trophy in all that time. That's the most important thing. I think, yeah, look, I'm not sitting here. Jurgen Klopp's not the finished article in the Premier League. He needs to start winning trophies. In the same way we talk about Maurizio Pochettino. We can praise him. Like, I saw something the other day in the paper that said, like, Spurs must now be considered the second best team in the Premier League. And I'm like, well, no, because to be the second best team in the Premier League, you need to be second in the Premier League. At the end of the season, that's where you need to be. And Spurs are not there yet. You know, for Klopp to be considered the best manager out there, he needs to be winning leagues, he needs to be winning Champions Leagues. And I know we had a big debate yesterday about power shifts, etc. And I actually think with the power shift argument, it's not about whether you think Spurs have got the power over Arsenal now or City over United, Liverpool over whoever. It's more about your definition. We need to actually probably debate the definition of power shift. That's the issue right now that people have. But this Liverpool side are a very good team, but Klopp does need to win something. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Thomas.
Thomas, how are you?
Good.
Good. Are you a Liverpool fan?
Yep.
So you're my last caller of the day, so you better be a good one.
Okay.
So, how impressed were you today with your Liverpool boys?
I thought they played quite well. I thought they defended better than usual.
Absolutely. I mean, you kept it clean. If we can actually get the stats put up on the screen now. Again, if we look at the defensive stats from yourselves today, I mean, 30. Actually, no, I've got the wrong game stats up. I'm going to get today's stats up now. I put last week's game up. My apologies. Bear with me 1 second. So if we get these stats up on the screen, we can go through them actually together. So defensively today, like 16 tackles, 22 clearances, 13 interceptions. That's pretty good going. And I don't really remember. There was one opportunity at the near post that Southampton had where the ball ended up going over. But I don't remember Southampton tearing you apart. I don't remember Southampton having those gilt-edged chances that they should have been taking.
Yeah. I'll have to go now.
Oh, okay. Bye then. I think... Did he get shouted at? I think I could hear his mum shouting at him. Remember to ask the bill payer's permission before using it. The kid... I feel really bad for him. He's going to be shaking now, going up to his mum. His mum... don't be too hard on him. Oh, wow. There we go. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, as ever, we really do appreciate your support. We really do appreciate your views. Whether you're watching this on the Football Banter Show, The Ultimate Football Fan, or my channel, The Football Terrace, we really appreciate you tuning in. Really important victory today for Jurgen Klopp. And Liverpool puts them into third place, a couple of points behind Manchester United. And the most important thing is they reserved that energy before going into this Champions League game. So a massive well done to Jurgen Klopp, a massive well done to Liverpool for their performance today. Thank you all for your calls. Without your calls, this show we just wouldn't do it. Without your calls. Remember though to download the OneFootball app. All the information is in the description below. Everybody, though, take care. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Good night. God bless. And big good luck to my man Lamar tonight in Dancing on Ice. Hope you get through another round, my friend. And we'll chat to you all again soon. God bless.